Good day, my dear Srujana students. Last time when I taught to you, I taught you what anagrams are, how words can be extracted, how words can be built, and also I told you about palindromes. In this class, I am going to tell you, I will review those three one more time, and then I will tell you what are palindromes. All these will help you to improve your vocabulary. That means you have to know the difference between some words and also how words can be extracted from one word. That means if a word can be extracted from another word, that means you know two words. Right? Okay. So similarly, anagrams, I will tell you what it is. So if you take, let's say, the other day, I gave the example, ACT. ACT is act. That's a verb. Also it's a noun too. This tells me we can rearrange the letters in the word to get a new word. That is an anagram. You cannot bring about any other letter from outside and put it in. No, that's not allowed. Only use the words, use the letters in the given word, and then you have to, by rearranging the letters, you have to get a new word. Here, for example, C-A-T. Now, then I talked to you about how, similarly like that, there are several exercises last time I told you. I don't want to waste your time on that. Now, extraction of words. I told you, given a word, you can create a new word from that word without disturbing the sequence. Without disturbing the sequence. That means you cannot move the letters back and forth. Here you move. You can see here, C you brought from here to here. So that is an anagram. Whereas in the case of the extraction of words, suppose I have, for example, reward, R-E-W-A-R-D. Reward. In this, I can create a new word, W, from this, you can create a new word, war. You see that I did not change the sequence of the letters. I did not bring in new letters. You understand me? So that's what this extraction of words means. You have some exercise, particularly 6th class student, you have exercises in your textbook. Then I have what's called word buildup. All these things, interestingly, Srujana has done this in the past. So it should be a piece of cake for some of the old Srujana students. So the next one is word buildup. Word buildup. Example, let us say I give a big word like ambassador. A-M-B-A-S-S-A-D-O-R. In the word buildup, you can change the order. You can also use as many letters as you can from the given word. You cannot bring in, like for example, in ambassador there is no P, so you cannot bring in P. All you have to do is, you have to select the letters only from this. And you can use a particular letter. For example, there is only one B, there is only one D, and also there is only one R, and there is only one M. If you want, you can bring as many letters, those letters as possible, if you want. No problem. So, this is the word buildup. See how you are improving your vocabulary. Every word. Again, when you are making a new word from a given word, either by the extraction process or as an anagram, you have to know the meaning of the word. some people, some smart guys, they give me a trick. They play a trick on me. Sir, I can get this word. But then I will ask that guy, hey, tell me the meaning of the word. You can always play some tricks, make some adjustments, and come up with a new word. No, but that's not the case. There is no use of knowing a word if you don't know the meaning. What's use? If you don't know the meaning, that means when you want to use the word, how can you use it? You cannot use it. You can use the word only when you know what it means. Okay? So, in the word buildup, let's, for example, here, I will tell you, yes, you can see S-A-D, sad. A-M-M. A is one word. S-A-D, sad. And similarly, M-A-D, mad. M-A-D, mad. B-O-S-S, boss. Okay? Like that, you can write a lot of things here. M-O-V, mob. Like that. Okay? So actually, I will tell you, some of my Srujana students give me a kick out of these like, one of these other things that they play with is one word, hospital. Like that. I give them very big words, extraordinary, so that they will have E-X-T-R-A, ordinary, O-R-D-I-N-A-R-Y, extraordinary. That's a long word. You have a lot of letters. You see that? From that, they can develop a lot of number of some students with a word like hospital. They may give me maybe 30 or 40, 50 words, new words. You won't believe. I am really shocked to see how creative they are. It gives them the ability to recollect and present the words. That's very important. That's one of the things that we do when the teacher is, for example, in Srujana, if the teacher is absent, all they do is a substitute teacher can go into the classroom and give them a word and ask them to come up with the words, the different words. And one student will check the others and make sure that whoever that gets the highest score will be rewarded. That's what we play. Now and then we play that game there. Now then, next one is the palindrome. Thank you. Next one is the palindrome. Palindromes, the moment you talk about palindrome, one thing that comes to mind is, the way I remember, is Venkata Kavi. Venkata Kavi. I think last time I also wrote the same word. Venkata Kavi. So that means palindromes are those words, even if you go in the opposite direction, they mean the same thing. You get the same word. You can see here V, Ka, Ta, Ka, Vi. You see, whether you go in the forward direction or in the opposite direction, you get the same word. Those are called palindromes. There are very good examples in your textbook. I mean, like for example, the standard one, you can see mom, M-O-M. Similarly, noon, dad. Not only these, there are some number of group of words, even group of words, which when you reverse the order, you will get the same word. So the words palindromes are those words which you get the same words whether you go in one direction or the opposite direction. Now in this class I mentioned last time, I wanted to tell you about homophones. Homophone. Phone is a sound and all that. So here, homophones are those words who sound the same. They spell different. Of course, they spell different and they mean different. Those are the words, that kind of words are called homophones. That kind of words are called homophones. Like for example, let us see here, S-O-N, son, S-U-N, son. We say the same thing. We pronounce the same way, but their spellings are different. And the meanings are also different. So such words are called homophones. Now for example, let me give another example. S-E-A-C, S-W-E-C. I would like to write some copy. Some of the words here you will have a kick out of this. Okay, break. Break. B-R-E-A-K. Breakfast, break. Break means verano. Also, biclementine, break. And also that is spelled as break. Both are pronounced the same thing, but they spell different. They have entirely different meanings. I think I showed you C and C. Now, next one is, for example, buy. B-Y, buy. And also you have B-U-Y also is there. If you buy it, Chasa. Rama is killed by Ravana is killed by Rama. And here buy intended. Kharib chedu, purchase chedu. So, like that there are several words we can see buy and break chepan, And let me see some other interesting examples. Yeah, ear. Can anybody tell me? Ear. Ear means chevi. So, the homophone, this is Y-E-A-R. You see that? That's a homophone. Similarly, meet. M-E-E-T. Meet. Meet, I want to meet you tomorrow. Now go to the meat market and get 1 kg of chicken. There it is, M-E-A-T. You can see, they're almost the same. Only one vowel has changed, but the meanings are completely different. You see that? Roll, R-O-L-E, roll. He got the well roll. My roll number is 25. See the difference between roll and roll? Okay? So once again, we are seeing several words which pronounce the same, have a different spelling, have completely different meanings. Here, for example, I earlier wrote here M-E-E-T, meet. Meet means I want to meet you tomorrow. I met my friend yesterday in the theater. That is a meet. Whereas in the case of the meat, M-E-A-T. This is a meat market. There are a lot of people, vegetarians do not eat meat. Correct? Okay. Now, I want to give you some more wheat. Similarly, there are things very, very interesting. You have to master them. W-E-E-K, wheat. Wheat means what? Weak means you are weak, you are not strong. No, this is different. This is a week, 7 days a week. Whereas W-E-A-K. This is weak is you don't have enough energy. So here, you see the difference here. This is E and this is A. In the next class, I will tell you how to remember. Suppose when you have a word like this, I just forgot the name, but I will get that. It's there in the back of my mind. I did not, it didn't come to my mind right away. So anyway, I will tell you, there is a technique. Okay, there is a technique by which you can remember the spellings of some words, some special words. I will give you an example here. So anyway, here, homophones, let me summarize the homophone, then I will talk about the other one. Okay. Mnemonics. Mnemonics. N-E-U-M-O-N-I-C-S. Mnemonics. Still my mind. Even though I said next time, my mind is still working. What is that? So anyway, first I will tell you about the homophones. Homophones are the words which sound the same, spell differently, and meanings are different. Okay? Those are, I gave you examples of sun, sea, meat, and all that. There is a technique by which suppose you have the word here, let's say, stationary, S-T-A-T-I-O-N-A-R-Y. There is another word, stationary, S-T-A-T-I-O-N-E-R-Y. So which one is correct? How do you remember what does this mean and what does this mean? So there is mnemonics. I may give you some examples maybe tomorrow or next class. But here, what the technique is, here the difference is, here the problem is this, either A or E, right? Everything else is same. All the other letters are same. Only thing is you have doubt, what does this word mean if you use A? What does this word mean if you use E? So what the technique is, when you go to a stationery shop to buy pen, paper and all that, in the pen, what is the middle letter? E. There are only two letters. Say if you take your pen, P-E-N. So what is the middle letter? E. So here, middle letter here. This is stationery, means it's a stationery shop. It's a stationery where you buy the paper, pen, pencils, things like that. You understand me? How you remember stationery? Stationery, I will say stationery pen. That means in the word pen, the middle letter is E. So that means this is E. So for this, what do you do? Stationery, I will say stationery fan. The fan is not rotating. Fan is supposed to move. Fan is not rotating. You understand me? So how do you say stationary fan? That means not moving. So in the case of the fan, what is the letter here? A. So if you have A here. So when you have A here, the way you remember is stationary fan. That means it's not moving and you use the letter A. Suppose you want to use the pen stationary shop, then you have to use E because pen has the E as the middle letter. So now my friends, today we learned about homophones. Prior to that, anagrams, extraction of words from a given word. Anagrams are the words by changing the sequence of the letters. No new letters. You can change the sequence, front, back, front, middle, back, or whatever. You can change the sequence, get a new word, meaningful word. Abdonda, that was the favorite thing. Meaningful word. That is the anagram. I gave you a and C-A-T cat. Next one, extraction of words. How you extract words from another word. So if a word has 5 letters, chances are you may be able to extract one word from that. Okay, I give you an example. Then I told you about the word buildup, but that's one of my favorites. When Srujana, we play that number of times that I told you. Then palindromes, I remember the example by Vegetakavi. So palindromes are those when you read them one way or other, either in the forward direction or in the reverse direction, you get the same word. You don't change it, but the way you write it, you get the same word, Vegetakavi. And then homophones, I told you homophones are the words which pronounce almost the same. Spelling also almost the same, but it's minor different. They mean different. They have different meanings. Like for example, I said S-Y in sun, and SC and sun. There is a world of difference. That's why sun is the father sun, that is a planet. So similarly C, meet, MEAT, meet market versus meeting somebody. Like that I gave you that. Also I told you mnemonics, the technique of how to remember some word. Like for example, always people will get it out. Separate, SEPERATER, SEPARATER. Very good, great chapter. Okay, next time, not tomorrow. I mean next time when I come to English grammar classes, I will teach you. I hope you guys all have the textbooks. To be honest with you, my speed to teach you guys has been considerably reduced because many of you do not have the textbook.